So we just read a special book called Ada Twist, Scientist. And we learned about a little girl named Ada who wants to be a scientist. And we noticed Ada asks a lot of questions. She's very curious and she wants to figure things out. So today we're going to make our own little Ada and we're going to talk about Ada for a minute. We're going to talk about the parts of a scientist. So if we're scientists, we all have parts that help us be a scientist. So we're going to look first at the brain. And your brain is in your head. It's right up here in your skull. And you use your brain to think. So it says your brain is for wondering and making a hypothesis. So you have to use your brain to come up with your hypothesis of what you think is going to happen. Then we might use our mouth. Everyone point to your mouth. For sharing our ideas and results. So after we do an experiment and we figure out what happens, we share those things with our friends or with our family. We can also just share ideas with one another. A scientist also has tools. In science tools, we're going to use a lot of different tools this year in kindergarten. But a couple are a magnifying glass, goggles to protect your eyes. We might wear lab coats or gloves. We might use a scale to tell how heavy something is. So we're going to use a lot of tools to help us in science. Ears. Everyone point to your ears. Good job. Your ears are for listening to ideas. An important part about being a scientist is that you have to listen to other people, especially when you're at school and you're still young. You have to listen to your teacher so that you make sure that you're safe. But when you get older, you need to listen to the other people who are scientists so that they can give you ideas that maybe you haven't thought of. And lastly, we use our eyes. Everyone point to your eyes. What do we use our eyes for when we're a scientist? You have to have your eyes because you're making observations and you're looking at things and noticing things. If you didn't have your eyes, it would be really hard to be a scientist. So, I want you to be thinking like Ada and be thinking about questions you have about science. So when you get back to school, you can ask me. We're going to put our posters, this one and this one, in our science center so that when you come to school, you can remember what the parts of a scientist are. Y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all tomorrow.